This is instructor Brian and Will's technique of the week, where we left off on yellow with green stripe, technique number 5. This is pull. We did push last week, which was Toro the bull. Now what do we do if the bully grabs you and pulls you forward? Give me your lunch money scenario. Okay, so they grab, okay, standard grab, and they start pulling you forward, all right? First thing we do is we find the back of the wrist, or standard hinge grab, put our thumbs on the back of the wrist, push down on that a little bit, create a little pain, so he's already off balance a little bit, and then we step with the opposite foot, bring him down to hip sweep, right? And we can actually end it with a tap if we wanted to. Okay, good. All right, let's do that on the other side. So you can see it on the other side. Okay, so they start pulling you. Don't fight their motion. Go with their motion. Use their own motion against them. Again, putting that, creating pressure, bringing it down to our center. Our center has our strength. We step in with them, and then we turn our hips. Okay, this time, I'm going to go into a full mount. Okay, I put my hand down on the other hand, and I can end with a strike. I can break the hand or the wrist or the arm or whatever there, but a full mount, you're on top basically. Bah. Okay. Just a different ending from the other side. Okay. And then, instead of doing punches for this one, because it doesn't really work when someone's grabbing you, these aren't really punches, we're going to do some what would you do in a reversal situation. I'm just going to add that in there. Okay, so someone grabs you, all right, they're pulling you, again, you go into your technique, right? But they're as big as you, they're not falling for it. They start countering their force the other direction. Well, in Hapkido, we're always supposed to just redirect and not use, don't go against the grain, as they say, and go with their force. So I would quickly reverse, switch, keep my center of gravity still low, and twist my hips and go into a forward throw. From here, I can end with a strike, okay, or tap out, knock out, whatever. But things don't always go as planned. You can be all locked up and doing a lot of back and forth. So what happens if we have to do a double reversal? So I go into the technique, he's pulling me, the force is going that way, I go with his force, all of a sudden he counters, I go into one of these, then he doesn't like it, I put my foot behind, and I can bring him down that way. Either way you do it, you have to find the circle and continue to bring them down in that direction. So a counter circle to a counter to a counter in that instance. Now, how many times will we have to do a counter? Who knows? But ideally, if you're quick, fast, use your core strength, and quickly turn your hips to get to 8% more power, you can get on the first try. If he's an experienced Hapkido guy, or someone in martial arts, you might have to do a couple counters before you're actually going to get him on the ground. But if you know a couple of those counters, you can be prepared for what to do. And I've showed a forward throw like this, but there's many things that you can do to counter in that direction, that will work. Okay, so that's the technique of the week. Next week we will do number 6, which I believe is a two-handed shoulder grab, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks, Will.